up YouTube? This your boy CJ Gaming 1998. Back at it again with another video. It's another reaction video to be exact. Shoot. Alright. I get 75 top 10. And it's his top 10 scariest events that happened on Halloween. And yeah, let's get on with this. You know,
ghosts, the costumes, the scary movies, the witches, and of course those angry.
Okay, Halloween ain't fucking scary. I don't know what the hell is wrong with this woman, but it ain't scary. 1 second. In fact, go ahead and watch it.
Parents that just refuse to give you candy for whatever reason. Maybe they're just having a bad day. I don't really know. But excluding all the shenanigans that come with Halloween, the day has been one of dark and tragic events throughout history. So with that being said, these are the top 10 scariest events that happened on Halloween. Starting us off with number 10 is costume or reality. Halloween Day 1957. Betty Fabiano and her husband Peter were winding down and getting ready for bed when the doorbell rang. Despite it being past 11 p.m., they assumed that maybe it was a group of late-night trick-or-treaters, and since they had some candy left, and so Peter went downstairs to answer the door and was greeted with a man wearing a mask. Betty heard some muffled voices downstairs, kind of like a man was impersonating a woman's voice, then a pop, and then a thumb. She ran downstairs to discover Peter lying on the ground in a pool of blood with a gunshot wound on his chest. He died on the way to the hospital, and suspects were hunted down immediately. Now here is like the biggest plot twist of plot twist history. Now the couple had their fair share of trouble, and while separated at one point, Betty started seeing a woman called Joan. That's not the plot twist, by the way. They decided to take another jab at their marriage, and Peter's only condition was that Betty could never...
You need more layers, diagonal layers.
I got it, Ron. Thanks.
Leave him alone, Dad. Oh, honey, you should use ice blocks.
Bye-bye. I don't get paid for y'all.
Speak about Joan again, to which she agreed. Joan obviously then had a motive and was questioned, and things she was saying just weren't adding up. She claimed that she was home all night, but neighbors claimed she left on a drive for a very long time. An anonymous tip led the police to the murder weapon, and then the assailant, 40-year-old Goldine Pizer. She admitted to killing Peter under the spell of a woman she was in love with, and that woman was Joan. Now coming in at number 9 is Don't Touch My Candy, Halloween Day 2011. A 55-year-old man residing in Chicago realized at 2:30 p.m. that his bag of candy was missing. Call the police. Now I don't know if that's referring to his bag of candy that he got during trick-or-treating or the bag he was using to give candy to kids. I mean, you could be 50 and trick-or-treating. I'm not gonna judge you. Who am I to judge you? Either way, suddenly outraged by this realization, the man blamed his...
Who stole this old man's candy? Come on now. I know dang gone well y'all ain't not stealing old people's candy, bro. Let this old man live, bro. Shoot. Man, he over here trying to do his thing. Got him some candy. Fucking shit. Went back to the house, you know what I'm saying? Doing his thing. Trying to, you know what I'm saying? Watch a horror film or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know. Hey, you could have been in there trying to watch this girl, you know what I'm saying? You never know, my God. It's simple and it's easy and it's all about that. But still, man, you don't just mess with the old dude like that, man. Come on now.
Neighbor Maria Adams for stealing it, even though she really didn't. The man grabbed a bunch of steak knives from his kitchen and headed to her house, where he ended up stabbing her countless times. Maria desperately tried to defend herself by throwing plates at him, but it was just no use. She was in critical condition by the time she got to the hospital and ended up dying the next morning. The man was charged with first-degree murder and aggravated domestic battery. Can we just take a second, please, to just realize how ridiculous this is? Like, I simply just do not get it. He killed a woman over a bag of candy. Like, unless that bag had the secret of a life in it or the elixir of immortality, it's just not that deep. Get a new bag. At number 8, we have The Disappearance, Halloween Day, 1955. Mother of 2, Marilyn Damon, stopped at a food fair on Long Island to do a quick bit of shopping. She left 2-year-old Stephen and 7-month-old Pamela outside the store and told Stephen to watch his little sister. First of all, a 2-year-old cannot be left alone to watch anyone else. Like, that is still baby as hell. Like, what are you doing? 10 minutes later, she came out and both children were nowhere to be found. Freaking the hell out, Marilyn starts looking everywhere.
What? How you just gonna leave your kids in a shopping cart like that? The fuck is wrong with these people, man? I know it's way back when, but still. I guarantee you that crap, that shit goes on today. Right now, I bet there's somebody out there shopping with their kids, leaving them out in the parking lot or some shit. Like, bitch, you don't do that shit. What the fuck you talking about, man? Shit, you better take care of them kids. You better take them kids. If you gonna take them to the grocery store, take them inside, motherfucker. Don't leave them outside. Shit fucking foul. I don't give a fuck if you left one little item and you really need it. You better take them kids back in there with you. Or take them kids home. Everything. But y'all would be surprised. Like, I'm telling you, man. Like, it's not. It is. But I mean, it's whatever. But yeah, let's get back to this.
And thankfully finds Pamela nearby, still in her stroller unharmed, but Stephen was still nowhere to be found. 5,000 people searched for him the next day, but detectives and police were never able to solve the case or find him. Honestly, I feel bad about it, I really do, but also you can't leave your kids alone ever, especially if they're that young. Like, a 2-year-old can't even defend themselves from anyone. How are they meant to defend their younger sibling as well? Like, Marilyn, you should have known better.
Thank you. Fucking thank you. That fucking pisses me off. That ruined my whole night. It ruined my night. That's annoying as hell. That ruined my night for real. It's freaking crazy. God dang it. Damn, like, how the hell you do that? Like, you stupid.
2 years old! What can you even do at 2 years old? Nothing! Can you even walk? No, you probably can't. You know what I mean? It's young. Now, filling on number 7 slot is The Note, Halloween Day 2012. Now, Julie Keith was on her way to Kmart to buy some quick last-minute cheap Halloween decorations in her hometown of Damascus, Oregon. That was a lot to say in one breath. Either way, inside the graveyard kit that she purchased, she found a handwritten letter from an inmate at the Chinese labor camp that had made the kit. The letter pleads for the reader to send it to the World Human Rights Organization because thousands of people were suffering in China. The writer claimed that them, along with a lot of other workers in the Massanjia labor camp, were forced to work 15-hour days with no weekends or holidays. If they refused, they would get tortured or beat and only got paid 10 yuan a month, which is about $1.61 a month. A month. The letter wasn't signed, but Julie did pass it on to the organization, and Kmart launched their own investigation into it as well. Thankfully, months later, the labor camp was exposed and the inmates were freed. Woohoo, we love a happy ending. Now at number 6 is The Prank Gone Wrong, Halloween Day 1998. 21-year-old Carl Jackson was driving through the Bronx with his gun.
Escape to the world of anime with the Funimation
Why the double
app.
ads?
Subs and dubs. You can
Girlfriend to pick up her son from a
Now.
Halloween.
I was born in 98. Ain't never heard no. I ain't never heard of this before in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's whatever.
Party. While stopped at an intersection, a bunch of teenagers started throwing eggs at his car, and so he got out to confront them. No one's about
Damn.
to throw eggs at me when my girl's in the car. I'll front on them. I'll square up. That's me as Carl. Either way, one of the teens, 17-year-old Curtis Sterling, pulled out a handgun and straight up shot Carl in the head, killing him instantly. And egging people on Halloween is quite a common prank, but it's gone awry so many times. Curtis ended up being sentenced to 20 years in prison, and every year on Halloween, he gets a card from Carl's mother saying, "I'm glad you're still there." And honestly, kudos to her, I would do the exact same thing. What a senseless, unnecessary killing. Like, I'm getting mad at this list, I really am.
Okay, I've egged people's houses before. I TP'd people's houses. I done all this before. All this Halloween prank shit. If you can think of it, I probably did it. Pig's blood bucket over the neighbor's door. not pig's blood. It was fake blood, but I mean, it was still a bucket of the fake blood, and I did that shit. Neighbor opened the door to give the shit to trick or treaters, and just blah, everybody soaked. Never knew who did it. Nobody did. Nobody could ever figure it out. I knew. My brother knew. Well, he's my homie, but still, yeah, I call him my brother. But anyways, we both knew. We both did it. He held the string, or yeah, not the string, the wire. My fault. And when the door opened up, it tipped the bucket. It is what it is.
It's pissing me off. Coming in at number 5 is The Mailman, Halloween Day 2012. Halloween is always a lit time. It's very scary, to the point some people claim they get scared to death. Exaggeration. Pussies. Now, a mailman in Denver was on his route making his deliveries, and he showed up at one house that had a corpse decoration on its porch. Sort of annoyed at the placement of the decoration, he sort of sidestepped it out of the way to the side and delivered the mail. As he was walking away, he realized it wasn't decoration from any angle. It was a real man that was dead. Turns out the dead man, Delport, had collapsed and died on his porch when returning from his night shift, but because of the timing of Halloween, it just didn't look sus. Honestly, you guys, imagine dying and someone thinking you're a Halloween decoration and just moving your body to the side. Like, biggest L I'd ever take, and I'm not even bloody alive. That's the biggest L. At number 4 is The Costume Gone Wrong. But I need to think of better names because I already did Prank Gone Wrong. Sorry about that. Either way, Halloween Day 2012. An 8-year-old girl was so excited to dress up for Halloween in her hometown in Beaver County, Pennsylvania. She was at a relative's bonfire that night and went to play on the hillside when her Aunt Janet saw her in the bushes. Assuming she was a skunk because of her black outfit, hat, and white tassel, she asked her son to shoot the pest. So Thomas went in and got the gun and shot the girl in the shoulder and abdomen. As soon as they realized the grave mistake that had happened, she was helicoptered to Pittsburgh Children's Hospital straight away.
How in the hell? I don't give a fuck what costume that little girl was wearing. How in the hell do you fucking mistake a skunk costume for a little ass skunk, for a little real ass skunk? How you just mistake this girl in this black and white costume for a little ass skunk? And bullshit, you fuck.
Kill 3 to 4 adults in each one, not even all together. Ronald was never suspected until the investigation revealed he was over $100,000 in debt and could never hold down a job. He had 21 in the past few years. 21 jobs? What the hell? Turns out he had taken out a total of $60,000 worth of life insurance on his kids, which his wife was unaware of. He ended up killing his son to get the insurance and gave the candy to the other kids as well, just to lessen suspicion. If you murder a family member, especially your own kid, like, getting triggered. Stop getting triggered. Now at number 2 is Heads Will Roll, Halloween Day 2014. So Halloween decorations are always a good time, and that night a man was seen dragging a headless body out of his apartment and just leaving it on the street. Just casual, really. He came back out a few minutes later with the head and then proceeded to kick it to the other side of the street. And I know you're probably wondering what the hell onlookers thought of this, and most of them just thought it was a prank or that the man didn't want to use the decoration anymore. Either way, it was only an hour or so later when someone actually tried to move the body from the middle of the street did they realize the decoration wasn't a decoration. It was a real decapitated body. Turns out the body was Patricia Ward's, and her murderer was her son, who had a history of mental illness. He decapitated her, left her body on the street, and then killed himself by jumping in front of a train. This just ended.
That's wild. How your own son gonna kill you and they gonna try to justify it for, oh, mental health issues? Man, I got that stuff. You don't see me killing everybody? Shit. Damn.
For no one, not Patricia, not her son, and not the person who moved her body. Like, no, not happily ever after. And finally, at number 1 is the